Very good morning to all. From this lecture, EC8691 Microprocessors and Microcontrollers, third year, Department of ECE, Unit 3, Input Output Interfacing for 8086 Microprocessor. The outlines of presentation. First one, Introduction to Memory Interfacing, Input Output Interfacing, Parallel Communication Interfacing, Serial Communication Interfacing, Timers of 8086 Microprocessor, DMA Controllers, Analog to Digital Converter Interfacing, finally Digital to Analog Converter Interfacing. First of all, Introduction to Microprocessor Memory Interfacing. First, the introduction to memory. The microprocessor may be seen as a heart of the system, while all the peripheral circuits including memory system are built around the microprocessor. Since a processor without memory is not meaningful, the memories may be also be considered an integral part of a microprocessor system. At the same time, large part of the memory like program memory, data memory and stack memory should not be read only but read and write memory like a static random access memory, that is called SRAM. Since 8086 is a 16-bit microprocessor having 16 data lines and each memory locations hold only 8 bit of data, it becomes necessary for all two memory locations to supply one word of data during each memory access. In order to handle this satisfactory, the total memory of 8086 is divided into two memory banks, one having all the even address location called even memory bank and other is all the odd address locations called odd bank. So in this presentation, first the semiconductor memory interfacing. The semiconductor memories are two types. Number one, RAM and ROM. The semiconductor memories are arranged as a two-dimensional arrays of memory locations. Each location should have an address, so there has to certain number of address lines on the memories. And then the procedures for memory interfacing. First one, arrange the available memory chips so that they form a 16-bit data bus and there should be a provision to access byte as well as word. Second one, connect address lines, control signals like read, write of the microprocessor with those of memory chip. Third one, remaining address lines along with A0 and BHE are used for decoding the required chip select signal for odd and even bank. The chip select of memory is derived from a output of decoding circuits. And then next one, input output interfacing. The input-output interfacing is needed to transfer the data between external circuit to the microprocessor and microprocessor to external circuit. The input device are given information to the microprocessor and output device are display the information from the microprocessor. The input and output data transfer is connected and controlled by read and write and input-output memory signals. So, the input-output device can be interfaced to 8086 in two methods. That is, number one, memory mapped input-output. Number two, input-output mapped in-out. The input device are number one, keyboard, thumb wheel switches, DIP switches. The output devices are LED and LCD. This is monitoring the display the information from the microprocessor. Now, next one, parallel communication interfacing. In Intel 8255A, programmable peripheral interface provide a good example of a parallel interfacing communication. So now the features of 8055A, it is mainly designed for parallel data transfer function. The 8086 is a co-processor of 8255A, is a widely used general purpose programmable input-output device. It consists of three 8-bit bidirectional input-output port, that is 24 in-out lines. The 8-bit of port C can be used as a individual bit of or grouped in two 2-bit port, that is the port C upper and the port C lower. Now the 8086 is the co-processor of 8255. Primary can be programmed into two basic modes. Number one, bit set and reset mode and input output mode. The bit set and reset BSR mode is used to set or reset the bits in port C. The input output mode is further divided into three modes: Mode 0, Mode 1 and Mode 2. Mode 0 is a simple input output and Mode 1 is a in-out handshake mode. Mode 2 is a bidirectional mode and it is compatible with all Intel and most other microprocessor, and it is completely TTL compatibility. Now see the serial communication interfacing. In 8251A is an universal synchronous asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So the features of 8251A, this chip convert the parallel data into serial stream of bit suitable for serial transmission, also able to receive a serial stream of bit and convert into parallel data byte. And it support standard asynchronous protocol, that is 5 to 8 bit character format, odd or even parity generation format, baud rate from DC to 19.2 K baud rate. This chip may be programmed in operate in any of the serial communication mode. It is allows full duplex transmission mode. So the three modes of data transmission are: number one, simplex, duplex and half duplex. In simplex mode, the data is transmitted by one direction over a single communication channel. The second one, duplex mode. In this mode, the data can be transferred between two transceiver in both directions simultaneously. Finally, half duplex mode, the data transmission can be take place in either direction, but at a time, data may be transmitted only in one direction. And the next one, timers of 8086 microprocessor. In Intel 8253 programmable interval timer solved one of the most common problems in any microcomputer system. So the generation of accurate time delay under the software control. Instead of setting up timing loops in system software, the programmable configurations 8253 or 8254 to match the requirements. Now it initialized one of the counter of 8253 or 8254. Now the features of 8254 timer is a timer or counter. It generates accurate time delay. It is a 3 independent 16-bit down counters. It handles input from DC to 10 MHz and then the clock frequency is 10 MHz. The three counters are identical, presettable and can be programmed by for either binary or binary coded count. It is a 6 programmable counter mode. Now we see the block diagram of 8254. Here the 8254 programmable interval timer, it has a powerful command called read back command, while allows the user to check the count values programmable mode. It provides 3 independent 16-bit counter, each capable of handling clock input up to 10 MHz. All mode of software programmable. The 8254 is a superset of 8253 processor. Now the 8254 uses a HMOS technology and comes in a 24-bit pin plastic or CE or DIP package. Intel programmable counter or timer device 8253 facilitates the generation of accurate time and delays. When 8253 is used as a timing and delay generation peripherals, the microprocessor becomes free from the task related to counting process. This minimizes the software overhead on the microprocessor. And then the programmable timer device 8253 contains 3 independent 16-bit counters, each with a maximum count rate of 2.6 MHz to generate 3 totally independent delay or maintain 3 independent counters simultaneously. All the 3 counters may be independently controlled by programming the 3 internal command word register. Now we see the 8254 programmable interval timer. In this diagram, the data bus buffer, it is a 3-state bidirectional 8-bit buffer is used to interface the 8254 to the system bus. The data is transmitted or received by the buffer upon the execution of input or output instructions, and then the read and write logic block, it accepts the input from the system bus and generate control signals for the other functional blocks of 8254. In A1 and A0, select one of the 3 counters or the control word register to be read from or write into the processor. Now the applications of 8254, it is a real-time clock timer, digital one-shot square wave generator, and it is a binary rate multiplier, and it is one of the use of multiplex waveform generator, and it is use of multiplex motor controller. Now the next one is DMA controllers IC8237. The DMA means for direct memory access, or DMA mode of data transfer in the fastest among all the mode of data transfer. In this mode, the device may transfer data directly from memory without any interference from CPU. The DMA data transfer is initiated only after receiving hold signal from the CPU. For facilitating the DMA mode of data transfer between several devices, DMA controller is used. The DMA controller temporarily borrows the address bus, data bus, control bus from the microprocessor and transfer the data directly from external device to a series of memory locations. So the example of DMA data transfer between a floppy disk or memory. We see the internal architecture of 8237 block diagram. The chip support 4 DMA channels. Therefore, 4 peripheral devices can be independently request for DMA data transfer through these channels at a time. It has 8-bit internal data buffer, read and write unit, a control unit, priority resolving unit, also along with a set of registers. We see the block diagram A237. The block of data buffer, it contains tri-state 8-bit bidirectional buffer, and slave mode, it transfer data between microprocessor and internal data buses, and master mode, the output of A8 to A15 bit of memory address on the data lines. And then the read and write control logics block, it controls all internal read and write operations. The slave mode, it accept address bit and control signal from microprocessor. The master mode, it generate address bit and control signals. And then the register organization of current address register, current word count registers, base address registers, base word count registers, command registers. In command registers, it is a 8-bit registers controlled the complete operation of 8237, and the block transfer mode, it is used to produce a block of data can be transferred until a processor is running. And then the memory to memory transfer mode, the data cannot be transferred from one set of memory address to the other set of memory. For this is uses one temporary register in between the destination and the source. Now the next presentation, analog to digital converter interfacing. An analog to digital converter is an input device to the microprocessor, and it is interfaced with the microprocessor using port of 8255. The microprocessor sends a initializing signal to the analog to digital converter to start the analog to digital data conversion process. The start of conversion signal is a pulse of specific duration. The two popularly known conversion techniques are successive approximation technique, dual scope integration technique. The general algorithm of analog to digital converter interfacing contains the following steps. Number 1, apply stable analog input to analog to digital converter using sample and hold circuit. Second one, apply start of conversion, the pulse by the microprocessor to ADC. Third one, read end of the conversion, pulses of by the microprocessor. Fourth one, read data output of ADC by the microprocessor. Now the interfacing of ADC 0808 or 0809 microprocessor. The chip or 8-bit CMOS technology, successive approximation conversion. Now the features of ADC 0808 processor, it is a fastest and conversion time is 100 microsecond. Internal circuit perform 0 or full scale adjustment, and 8 channel can be used, but only one can selected at a time using address lines add A, address B, address C. And unipolar analog to digital converter, therefore they are able to convert only negative analog voltage to their equivalent digital quantities. It is a 8-bit successive approximation A to D converter. It eliminates the need of external zero and full scale adjustment. We see the analog to digital converter block diagram. Now the next one is digital to analog interfacing. Now finally we see the DAC interfacing. The digital to analog converter convert binary numbers into their equivalent voltages. The DAC find applications in area digitally controlled, again motor speed controls, programmable gain amplifiers, etc. Now, in DAC interfacing using the IC1408 DAC processor, the 1408 is an 8-bit OR by 2OR ladder type DAC converter capability with TTL and CMOS technology. It is designed to use where the output current is linear product of an 8-bit digital word. Now we see the general block diagram of IC1408 DAC interfacing. The output current is generally reference voltage divided by R ladder circuit. In IC1408 contains of a reference current amplifier and R by 2R ladder network and 8 high speed switches, that is a high speed current switches. Then it has 8 input data lines, that is A1 to A8. A1 is a most significant bit and A8 is a least significant bit, which control the position of current switches, and it requires 2 milliamps reference current for full scale input and 2 power supplies, that is VCC is equal to 5 volt and VE is equal to minus 15 volt. The voltage of reference voltage and resistance determine the total reference current source, and the resistance is generally equal to ladder circuit to match the input impedance of the reference current amplifier. Now, the important electrical characteristics of IC1408, the reference current is 2 milliamps and the supply voltage is 5 volt VCC and minus 15 volt VE. Setting time is 300 nanosecond. Full scale output current is 1.992 milliamps. Accuracy of IC1408 is 0.19%. Thank you for watching this video.